Hey everyone, Monster Handler Matt here. So, curious about how to create your own monstrous melody on Composer Island? Look no further. We're here to help. Let's check it out. To get started, first we'll need to navigate to Composer Island. From the map menu, select Composer Island, tap Go, and then select the song. Now that we're on Composer Island, we'll need to start populating it with monsters that will perform our song. Let's go to the market so we can buy our first monster. As Noggin will attest, the start of any good song is a strong rhythm section. So, let's find a percussion monster. Here we go, Clamble. It'll do perfectly. Let's place Clamble on the island. Now to make Clamble start making noise, we'll first want to tap on the monster and then the Compose button to enter Composer mode. In Composer mode, you'll notice that we begin with a blank musical staff. Swipe left or right to move from bar to bar. On the staff, we can add notes, represented by the monster's egg. Tap to add, tap again to remove. Tapping on different lines and spaces on the staff will produce different notes, or in Clamble's case, different sounds altogether. Let's choose one of the sounds and place it horizontally across the bar. You'll notice that the bar is divided into 8 different sections. We'll put them on every other one. Since we're building a rhythm section, it's nice to work in a pattern. Let's fill the second bar with notes in the same positions. Now, the example that we're working on is 8 bars long, so we'd have to fill all 8 bars with the same pattern. To make the job a little easier, let's tap on the number 2 and tap the copy button. Then, it's simply a matter of tapping on bar 3 and then paste. Let's do the same for the next couple of bars. Now that all 8 bars are filled, let's swipe back to the very beginning. To hear how it sounds, tap the play button. Great, we've got a nice stable pattern here, which is a strong start to our rhythm section. Now that we've heard it, you can tap stop. Tap the save button to make sure we don't lose any of the hard work that we've done. There we go. Now it's simply a matter of tapping exit. Back on the island, we can see and hear the monster performing the part that we've just written. Let's go to the market and buy the next monster. Aha, the shell beat will do nicely. Let's place the shell beat on the island. Select the shell beat and then tap Compose to re-enter Composer mode. Now it's time to create the shell beat's rhythm part. Shellbeat has a few more parts than Clamble does, so let's tap on various bars and lines to hear what they sound like. You can hear this monster has a full drum kit. Let's start with a nice kick drum. Now let's add a snare sound. This is a pretty good start, so let's start building out a rhythm. Great. Now let's use the buttons in the top right to navigate to the beginning of the song. You can also jump to the end or move bar to bar. Let's hear how Shellbeat's drum pattern sounds. Hey, that's sounding pretty good. Now since we have 4 more bars to fill, let's use the copy and paste method to fill the remaining 4 bars. With Shellbeat's musical part complete, let's go back to the island. Whoops, almost forgot to hit save, but don't worry, it will remind you before you leave Composer mode. Yep, that's a pretty strong rhythm section. Now let's add some bass by buying Mamet from the market and going into its Composer mode. Now for this how-to, we're going to do a couple of the parts from Plant Island, so that will require a few more buttons, so let's tap the Advanced button in the lower left corner. The Plant Island song is a little bit faster, so let's up that tempo up to 140. The music of Plant Island is also in the key signature of C minor, so let's go to the key signature button and select C minor. Now we're ready to get started with Mamet's part. Let's start putting Mamet's notes into the musical staff. Now that we have Mamet's parts in the first 4 bars, let's copy and paste those into the last 4 bars as well. Now let's hear how it sounds.
Bum, 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 bum.
Sounds like Mamet to me.
Bum, bum,
Let's
bum,
exit
bum,
composer
bum,
mode and see how it sounds.
bum, 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 bum.
Sounding pretty good. Now let's add a fir corn and go into composer mode to write its part.
La, la.
Let's head back to the island and hear how this all sounds together.
La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, la.
Sounding better than ever. Let's add a harmony part for fir corn. How about a dandy-do? Now let's compose dandy-do's part. Dandy-do's part is going to be based very closely on fir corn's, so let's use the show and hide button in the upper left corner to show fir corn's part while we write dandy-do's. Once selected, you'll notice that fir corn's part is ghosted on the staff, which we can use as a reference when we're writing dandy-do's part. To write a harmony part, you'll want to write a similar melody either above or below your main melody part. So let's make dandy-do's part a third above, or a line in space above fir corn's part. Now, let's hear those two parts together. Great. Now let's head back to the island. Sounding pretty good, but let's double up the Mamet part to make it a little stronger. Riff will do the trick. Now we can manually add in Riff's part, but let's make our lives a little easier. Tap on Riff's portrait at the top of the screen. You'll notice all of the monsters are here. Let's tap on Mamet's. Once we're viewing Mamet's part, let's tap the Save Track button. Here we can name the track that we want to save. Let's name it Mamet. Now let's tap on Mamet's portrait at the top of the screen and switch back to Riff. Now that we're viewing Riff's part again, tap the Load Track button and then select the Mamet part we saved before. You'll notice that now we have a Riff part that's an exact duplicate of the Mamet part we wrote before. This Composer Island is sounding pretty good. Now I'm going to jump over to a more advanced Composer Island that's filled with a lot more parts. We completed this Composer Island using the techniques that were explained in this video. Now that it's finished, we'll want to name it. Simply tap on the name bar in the top center of the screen and name your song whatever you'd like. And there you have it. Now you know how to compose your own monstrous melody on Composer Island. Now the only thing that's left to do is to record your song and share it with your friends and family online. This can be accomplished by using the new Record feature in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen beside View Mode. Tap to record, and your device will display a message to let you know that you're ready to begin recording. Simply tap OK, and you're off to the races. Once you're happy with your recording, simply tap the record button again to stop recording. At this point, you'll be able to save your video, and from there, you'll be able to share your video the same way you can share any other video from your phone or tablet. And there you have it. Now it's up to you to create your own monstrous melodies using Composer Island and share them online for all to see. Don't forget to like this video, and to make sure you don't miss a beat on other My Singing Monsters videos, be sure to subscribe to the official My Singing Monsters channel. Happy mastering.